Annoying. Let me give you an example because I like to give examples on this channel. So today or not today, last Friday, I'm at work. We're standing out. We had like a little meeting before the shift started. The boss comes out and he's like the owner of the company, and he's like tells like a dumb, like the lamest story you could ever hear. Those little garbage, like goofy stories. He's all like, "Oh, so I was grilling some food and I put charcoal on the grill and the flames went everywhere." And everybody in the look like on my shift just start laughing, dying. Stuff wasn't even funny, It wasn't funny at all. I'm the only one in the group just looking around like, it's like, and then these type of people that like come around and just try to suck up to the boss, try to be their best friend and stuff. If we don't click, me and you personally, and I don't find something funny, I'm not gonna sit there and pretend and fake like I actually like what you're saying, or pretend just because you're higher up than me, Those type of people are just, man, I don't know, man. It's just kind of gets on my nerves. Yeah, that's just a quick little rant. Just something I want to get off my chest. It's Monday. Gym just opened up. Kind of sucks though, because man, I just can't wait to get out of my hometown. I'm so sick of this state. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like stuff is just dull right now. But yeah, I appreciate.
Hey, welcome. So the beginning of that was that he hates ass kissers. That was the problem. I skipped over that. I guess it could be worse. 35 minutes. No. What's up, Belladonna? Belladonna, I'm actually going to mention you tonight. What's up, Sly Angel and Scout and Ruby, East Coast Beauty? I'm live just for you, and you're still not a member. Crystal, Squirrel, Liza was the first one here. What's up, Limey the non-grifting dumpster? What's up, Georgia, Cindy B, Thunder, Chris, Sly Angel, if I missed you. Think I got everyone. Lindsay. So far, I think I got everyone. Hey, Greg. You got the candles in the mail. Gina loved the extra can. I'm so glad, Greg. That's awesome. I'm so glad you got it before Christmas. So, hey, Claire. Claire. All right. How's everyone doing tonight? I hope good. Hey, Monkey. So I got a lot to say. Before we get started, let me say Christmas is almost here. I know that I slacked. Hey, Bushi. I know that I completely slacked on December being Black Friday. We're going to do it for January, in the month of January for my birthday, because I'm building a website. And one of the things about an addict is we don't know self-control. We do not understand the way an addict's mind works. If we want something, or we want something now, we have to have it now. There's no logical explanation. There's no reason. That's just the way addicts think. Whether you're addicted to drugs, addicted to life, whatever you're addicted to, the addict part stays the same. So I got on this kick that I have to get better pictures for the website. Well, lo and behold, to do photography is like $40 a picture. Hey, Adrian. Well, that's not going to happen. That's like $12,000 for all the pictures I need. So I went out and I bought myself a camera, an extra lens, a lighting, a flash. And let me just tell you, there's one thing I'm not, is a photographer, but I'm trying. I contacted my ex-husband, who is an amazing photographer. Amazing. So he's giving me pointers. I'm like, I haven't spoke to him since 2014, but I was like, I'm going to reach out to him. And so he's helping me with settings and stuff and lighting, and told me what to get for lighting. So hopefully, just hopefully, it'll work. But I'm trying hard. So it was one of those things like I had to go out and get. So that's what I've been doing for the last couple of days. I've been working on the website and not getting too far, but I fixed an issue that took me 4 days to fix, but I finally got it done. So, and I'm freezing my ass off. I went to the surgeon just to give you guys a small little update. Went to the surgeon Wednesday. I got to see him again in 6 months. My boob is raw as fuck from the tape. So that I've been dealing with. And he doesn't want anything on it, but it's not from the incision. It's just from the tape that was on there. But I start radiation, or my next radiology appointment is on the 16th of January, which is my mom's birthday. However, if I need chemo, we still don't have that result back. Then that gets changed. But tentatively, that's where it's at now. So there's that. What else? Little secretarial stuff before I start. That's about it. I'm freezing my ass off. Hey, Aurora. So, okay. Let me explain what's going on. Oh, by the way, hold on. All right. Since it is Christmas and I know you guys love to give me all your money, there is ways to support me. So, okay. Is my eye back? What do you mean is your eye back? Is your eye missing? So how many of you, hey Melissa, hey Sonic, how many of you guys saw Willow's live last night? I give a big kudos to Willow. He did a fantastic job on his live. Hey Roses. It was his first live, first time on his own. Hey True Texan, first time on his own. And honestly, I thought he did really well. He kept me engaged for a couple of hours. And, they talked without talking, I guess is the best way to put it. They didn't really give any information. Well, that's not true. Joneson had a couple leaks, but he just basically stated how he felt. And nobody could ever take away your feelings. Hey, Grandma Sherry, nobody could ever take away your feelings. Your feelings are your feelings. Your opinions are not wrong. Your feelings are not wrong. And people make the mistake of mixing feelings or opinions and facts. They're very, very different. Hey, Oki, very, very different. Someone can have an opinion and someone can have a feeling. Hey, Ellie, that has nothing to do with the actual facts. And I think that's where lines get crossed and where things get misconstrued. And there were a lot of things that I feel like I have to talk about, Hatred Seeker, because I feel like I'm the only one with enough balls to call out the fucking hive. Besides, the clip channels. And even the new channel I like them, but they're still hiding. So, and I understand why they're hiding, but I don't get why everybody's got to fucking hide. Like, what's QB going to do to you? Like, really? Honestly, what is she going to do to you? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And if you're afraid, welcome back, East Coast. If you're afraid of somebody going real life, then you shouldn't support them in the first place. For real. Oh, you didn't know, Scout? I'm doing great, though. I mean, I couldn't have an easier time to date, knock on wood. Whoop. Sorry, Fluffer. So one thing that I see, hold on. It's scrolling on the bottom, isn't it? It should be. Yeah, it's scrolling on the bottom. It's money sign Intrepid Candles. So, Fluffer's keeping me warm. I I feel like in a lot of ways that nobody wants to cross that line. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta call out all your opinions or you always gotta talk about your opinions. Shit, if I did that, I'd be fucking live 24/7. But what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And so many people ask me, "What's my issue with so and so? What's my issue with this one?" I don't really have an issue per se. My animosity and my aggravation isn't even truly at QB herself. It's at the whole dynamic that I see people in there supporting it when I've done less than an eighth of that shit and they sit there and bash me. Dude, you can't have it both ways. You can't be mad at one for, thank you, East Coast. You can't be mad at one for something and then have no problem with someone doing 10 times worse. You just can't. And if you're gonna be that way, then I'm gonna fucking call it out. Plain and simple. I have been given this horrendous reputation that's not even fucking warranted, that's based on lies. And yet, and yet, somebody else, there's proof shown, and they look the other way. What? Make it make sense, people. Just make it make sense. One of the things that irks me, and I feel like because it's the way it's been twisted, people don't see the truth. So we are going to talk about the truth, not Tracy. I always got to throw that in. Guys, like whoever you want to like. If you like someone, that's great. If you're a Hive person, that's great. If you want to support Queen Bee financially, that's great. I have no problem with that. Never have. What I have a problem with is the narrative that's spun over and over and over. Call it out for what it is. Betty is not a victim. Queen Bee is not a victim. Neither one of them are victims in this lawsuit. And I am so sick and tired of hearing how Queen Bee is a victim. All she had to do was shut the fuck up from the beginning. If another creator comes to you and asks you to stop talking about them, then shut the fuck up. It's not that difficult. If another creator sends you a C and D, hey Scorpio, then fucking shut up. It shouldn't have gotten to the level it's gotten to. Always, Plurpy. It should have never gotten to the level that it got to. And the level it got to was a lawsuit. At no point is one of them more victim than the other. And the narrative that's being spun is Queen Bee is gonna, hopefully, people are donating to this lawsuit. People are donating to, fund this lawsuit that shouldn't even happen in the first place. However, people have the mentality, the absolute mentality, how Queen Bee's gonna show something to BHB. Absolutely not. There is nothing that Queen Bee's gonna show BHB. The best case scenario for those donating, all right? The best case scenario is that QB wins in court and Betty realizes, and when I say win, I don't mean monetary because she's not going to get anything, but QB wins in court and Betty decides not to throw a lawsuit anymore. That's the best case scenario for Queen Bee's people, the best. And the reason I say that is they can award Queen Bee $1 million. If Betty don't have it, she doesn't have it. You're never going to get paid. So that's why I say the best case scenario is that Betty doesn't do this to someone else. However, Betty didn't do this to anybody. She asked Queen Bee 1 million times to shut the fuck up. Queen Bee is allowed to have an opinion on Betty. What you're not allowed to do is harass someone day after day after day with hundreds of people watching. That you're not allowed to do. That is called bullying and cyber stalking. Being okay with somebody going to somebody's house is harassment. Calling another YouTuber a kitty diddler over and over and over is harassment. Sending his girlfriend's docs to somebody else is harassment in real life. These are all the things you're not supposed to do on YouTube. These are all the things that we're allegedly against. And yet, it's being done so easily. Calling people pedos. I'm not saying I've never done it, but I owned it when I did it, unlike someone else. Is not okay. And I own that. So when I see people, the poor Queen Bee victim, guys, wake up. She is anything but a victim. Thank you, Melanie. I appreciate that. I'm glad you comment. Don't be afraid to comment. I have to say, while it may have been from the bushes, I've watched you for a longer time than I did QB, and I've only seen you denounce it. Thank you. I don't go real life. I never have. My thing is a big mouth. I'm not a real lifer. And I think that's why I get so much shit, because people know that I'm not going to clap back and contact their family, or I'm not going to clap back and call their job. So they find me to be easy prey because I'm not going to look them up. I'm just going to look the other way and ignore them. And I think that's part of the reason I become easy prey. Or so the opposite is, but I agree with that, Sassy. So, hey, Blonde Gypsy. So when I see people all coming back to that one spot where QB is a victim, it is absolutely ridiculous. But it could have been mollified by QB disappearing. Nobody wanted her to disappear. But see, Good Egg, this is where you're wrong, okay? Betty didn't want QB to disappear. She didn't give a fuck if she stayed on the platform or not. What she wanted was for her to shut the fuck up about her. That's what she wanted. Plain and simple. And she has every right to. If you were harassed every fucking day, it's not that you want the person to disappear. You just want them to shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. That Kylie, that's very, very true. Very true. And ours was like shit talking. And the real life stuff, quote unquote, wasn't even me. But somehow I took the blame for it and let it go, and people just run with whatever bullshit they want to run with. Yeah, okay. So that's all Betty wanted, was just for her to shut the fuck up. That's it. That's all she ever wanted. And the fact that she couldn't do it, she sent a C&D and she still couldn't do it, just further proves she's absolutely not a victim. And I keep seeing, and I heard it this morning, people going on about her this, her that. But if we keep kissing ass, if people keep kissing our ass, nothing is ever going to change, ever. Because if you're kissing her ass, then you're okay with all the shit she's done. You're okay with all the real life stuff she's done. That means you're okay with it. And if you're okay with it, that's cool. Then own it. Just own it. They attacked her hair away at any and everything. They can nitpick at Betty, and it's still pretty bad. I agree with that too. I absolutely agree with that too. There's a difference when a group of people attack one person. And I agree with that. And stepped away from a toxic ways. But, and they very well might have Bullshit.
Mom, how long are you going to be live?
About an hour.
About an hour?
Yeah, hour and a half.
After that,
I'm not going anywhere. I got tons to do.
I know. Saying, can I use like 5 minutes of your time, not even after your stream, to buy a couple games that are all on sale?
Yeah.
Like 80% off.
All right.
Do not forget, I'm writing a notepad and you're going to sign it.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
All right, go away.
No, you're signing it.
Okay, go away. Oh, wait, I just shushed my kid away. That'll be a video. I'm not. No, go.
Put your name down.
No, I'm not signing anything.
What
Go.
do you mean you're not signing?
Go.
You have to.
Out. If you bug me, you get nothing. Nothing. Actually, I should be nice to him. He bought sushi tonight. Yeah, he makes me sign it because I'm always like, I'll do it in 5 minutes. I'll do it in 5 minutes. And then 5 minutes never comes. And then I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And then later never comes. He's like, Mom, you promised me. All right, let's go. Phoenix comes home tomorrow, by the way. All right. Why? All my battery's low. Teens are abusive. I agree. Totally abusive. Okay, I hate to defend QB. QB isn't the only person. Hold on. Isn't the only person that makes videos about BHB, which begs the question, why doesn't BHB go after all the creators? I can actually answer that, Adrian. I think. Because they all started from the hive. Every single one of them. All of these clip channels started from the hive. There were a lot of offshoots from the hive. I believe that's why. And kind of like the mentality, take down the big one and the rest will follow. Hey, Nicolina, that's my feeling. That's what I think. I could be wrong, though. But, take out the snake and the rest will follow. Thanks, East Coast. So, I will, Scout. I know I've done it every year. For those of you that weren't around last year, I have them open up gifts every year. I've gone live every year. They open up Christmas. Although this year they didn't get as much, but that's okay. They didn't ask for as much. So, okay. So, no, not that people ventured and it's a bad thing. Thank you, Nicolina. But I'm just saying that a lot of channels did start at the Hive and then, spawn out. They started their own channels for whatever reason. They wanted their voice. And there's nothing wrong with that. And whatever content they chose to do on their channel, that's on them. Nobody should tell anybody what they should do on their channel. But they all did start at the Hive. Just rip the Band-Aid off? No, Bella, I'm serious though. There's a lot to discuss. But one thing as a creator, and you have to remember this, and a lot of people forget this. You can start a channel at any time you want, but can you sustain a channel? Having longevity is what makes you a creator, not, oh, I could have done this, or I could have done that, or I should have done this, or I should have done that. Or if I would have, done this, I would have 10 million. That's not a creator. Creator is someone that creates, that puts up with shit, that can put up with a lot of stuff and still stand here today. If you want to have longevity on YouTube, it's not because you rode the coattails of someone else. And even if you're not a creator, you're a channel holder, whatever. It's not because you wrote the coattails of someone else. You have to be able to stand on your own. And some of these channels can definitely stand on their own. They may have started with Queen Bee, but I think they will have longevity on their own. Hey, Chronicles. So, Bella, I agree with that too. I absolutely agree with that too. Now we have, all right, so that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And again, BHB is still an asshole. That's not changing. BHB is the furthest thing from a victim. Hey, Aussie, her bullshit about, don't even get me started on this, but her bullshit about, oh, she's just trying to financially ruin me. No, bitch, you started this. Don't cry victim to drama that you created. And sorry, sorry, Betty, but you created this fucking drama. You created this lawsuit. So you can't cry victim because it's not going the way you had hoped it's been going. I'm not ignoring headstones. And just because it's not going the way you want it to go, I'm sorry, but that doesn't mean that now you're a victim. They're both fucking victim. I mean, neither one are a victim, and they're both acting like they're both victims. I support her. I'm not looking at chat. I'm trying to go on a rant. So I just don't get how both of these people are putting out bullshit that they're both victims. Neither one. Absolutely neither one are victims. But I'll tell you who is a victim. PJ is a victim. Aileen, in some ways, is a victim. Jonesin is a victim. Dolly is a victim. And anybody else whose personal information they messed with. Now, is Dolly a victim all around? Fuck no. But was Dolly unfairly ridiculed against? Absolutely. Was he harassed? Absolutely. Was he fucked with? Absolutely. Was he called these horrific names? Absolutely. That makes him a victim. He didn't do anything to warrant that. He was just doing his thing. So whether you like Dolly, you don't like Dolly, he's still a victim in this scenario. He's still a victim of QB's hatred. PJ, I don't need to go through all that again, is a victim of QB's hatred. Aileen is equally as fucked up, but is still a victim of all right, let me use a bad word, not a victim. Aileen wouldn't have done this without somebody pushing her. Without people saying it's perfectly okay for you to do this, she wouldn't have done it. So I don't know the right wording. So victim wouldn't be right. But if somebody isn't patting you on the back, letting you think it's okay, especially someone like Aileen, she's not going to do it. But as long as they were pushing her, and as long as they were patting her on the back, telling her how wonderful it is, they encourage, thank you. As long as they were encouraging her, she wasn't going to stop. Same thing with, what's his name? I want to say burnt toast, but I'm not talking, blank screen. Same thing with blank screen. If you don't ask him for someone's information, he's probably not going to get it for you. Why? Because you're not asking. But too many fucking times, everyone was okay and patting Aileen on the back and letting her know, oh, go there. And I'm not talking Dolly's house. I'm saying Georgia. Oh, make sure you follow them there. Oh, you're going to Florida. Let's go get stuff on Molly in Florida. Let's go get, let's go ruin their thing. Let's go ruin their dinner, whatever it was that White Boy and all them went to. And QB was pushing her Cash App, saying we should give her money. We should give her money. I think to a certain extent it was manipulation, but I don't think it was intentional. In all fairness, I do not believe for 1 second that Queen Bee was like intentionally manipulating Aileen. No, I don't. Honestly, I don't think she's that intelligent to do so, but I don't think it was intentional. I don't. I think it was motivated. I strongly believe that none of this had anything to do with the victims that they harassed. None of this had anything to do with them being so bothered by tragedy pimps. No, they were all making a fucking fortune. Let's call the shit out for what it is. Savage, Queen Bee, and anybody else that ran on this, let's get the tragedy pimps. We're going to do this for a greater good, blah, blah, blah. That was the biggest crock of shit ever told on these streets. That was all about lining their own pockets. That's what it was about, and only what it was about. And how do I know that? Look what's transpired afterwards. Let's look at all the shit that's been coming out that shows what it was really about. Some of it from Queen Bee's own fucking text messages saying, oh, well, Shannon got her fat loss pills or whatever it was. Oh, so she was in on it too? Interesting. So this was all a fucking money scam. This was to scam subs out of money. That's all this was, guys. Their whole tragedy pimp was all about the money that they were making. And if people can't fucking see that, I'm going to lay it out for you. Don't be fooled. And views. Don't be fooled by the bullshit. Don't be fooled by, oh, well, it's for the greater good. No, it was for the greater good of their own pockets. That's the greater good. For example, last night on Jenny Jen Jen, someone sent me a clip that I'd play you guys, but it's way too fucking obnoxious. You got Savage over there telling people that, their uterus should fall out, and I hope they get crabs. Okay, Savage, fine, no problem. I mean, I don't even know. I think she was talking about bot. I don't know anything about that. But the point is, that's someone who's fighting for the greater good? Really? That's who y'all ran to as who I'm gonna look up to? Which receipts, Scorpio? About the weight loss pills? It's on my video from the other day. Shannon doesn't say anything. She says it. So my point, you want me to play? I'm telling you guys, it's fucking obnoxious and loud. But if you guys want to hear it, I'll play it. Where's my phone? Savage said, I don't blame her. But my point is, okay? Oh, QB receipts I heard on a clip channel. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Dirty. Oh, do they? Kylie, I don't watch them, so I really don't know. But my point being is that if you think that any of this shit, any of their rhetoric behavior of, oh my God, we're fighting for the greater of good. We're doing this. We're doing that. We want to stop the tragedy pimps and blah, blah, blah. No, you wanted to line your own fucking pockets. That's it. That's it. Own it. And then the lawsuit happens. Tell me if you put a 1 in the chat, if you truly believe that they didn't have self-motivation on their channels for going after Betty, or if you truly think that they cared so much about a missing child. But Pecan, all right, here's the thing. You're going to make me touch on this. I'm going to touch on this. It's not a frivolous lawsuit. She had solid ground to sue Queen Bee. Betty turned it into frivolous because it's fucking asinine. Absolutely asinine. The way she turned the lawsuit into a joke and a half. However, the actual meaning behind the lawsuit is not frivolous. And that's another misconception that people put out there. Patricia, if you think I'm defending Betty, you don't need to be here. You can be sued for opinions, Pecan, but when I'm mature enough and old enough that if someone came to me and said, can you please shut the fuck up about me? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut the fuck up about them. If someone who's not discussing me, who's not talking about me, came to me and even went to the point of a C and D to get them to shut the fuck up about me, I'm sorry, but I would shut the fuck up. All right, I'll move on. No big deal. You have to have something either mentally wrong with you or looking for that financial gain or that financial power that you're getting from talking about them in order to justify why you won't shut the fuck up. That's my point. Misty, and that's an opinion. That's truly an opinion. Me neither, Celine. But that is really truly an opinion. It's the hypocrisy of them calling people out when they're no different. When they are no different. Noelle, let me explain this again. I don't know who's pocket watching, and I don't know if somebody is convincing you that that's what the issue is, but I could speak for my purple community. That's not what the issue is. Nobody cares what a creator makes. What people care about is the scam if they make it. So I know that over there, they like to run around saying everyone is jealous. Nobody is jealous of an avatar. Nobody is jealous that she has some. We all have support. And understand too, most of the people that have donated, it's not because they like QB, it's because they hate Betty. That's also seems to be this misconfusion of why she's made so much money. These people can't stand Betty. They can't stand who Betty is as a person, so they donated to QB's lawsuit. So for the simple fact that people are acting like it's QB that's so loved, no, it's Betty that's so hated. You understand the difference? But for some reason, people are running around with this jealousy. Nobody's jealous of anybody. I mean, there might be. I'm just not one of them. But if you think this is going to stop Betty from going after someone else, you're crazy. It's not. Betty's going to go after someone else because she's that narcissistic. And she is that so, who's always rude? Me? That she is just that fucking narcissistic. She will go after someone. She absolutely will go after someone else because she's in her narcissistic head. She thinks that she'll be able to win it next time, even if she loses this time. It's not going to stop her from doing anything. Smitten Kent County. Of the fundraising did come from people wanting to stick it to BHB, though I do think another portion does. It absolutely. Oh, Good Egg, I'm not denying that. I'm 100% with you on that. But it's kind of like her simps run around. All right, let me rephrase that. All right, I'll use an example. Sometimes an example is better. The same simps that are running around for her have never seen a receipt. I have been questioned about a fucking cancer diagnosis that these same people had to see receipts. So me meaning nothing, but my cancer meaning nothing, but people looking for someone to hate had to question my own cancer, my fucking cancer. But these same people won't question why receipts haven't been shown. And then people wonder why we have no respect for them, why we think they're a joke, why we won't answer to them, why they're laughable. That is why. So when I know that QB wants to spin it as, oh, everyone's jealous. Nobody is jealous. I mean, again, there might be some people that are, but many people aren't. It's not everybody on YouTube. It's not everyone that's questioning that question. Scorpio, me, you haven't seen it? I show it all the time. I have a whole channel showing it. So, and Good Egg, I'm just saying, I know you didn't. I'm just saying though, that people, the same creators, the same simps were questioning my cancer, but are totally okay with not seeing receipts for money, even after a community was burned by someone raising money. And it didn't go to where it was supposed to go. But how we have someone else, nothing, not a peep. They have no problem. They have no problem with it. And exactly, it's not logical. There's a lot of shit that's not logical. But narratives get spun crazy. Laura, you are smart. You know why she can't show an itemized receipt right now. Betty has said she's trying to run up the bill. Showing it publicly shows it to Betty so she can run it up further. Okay. But that's smart on Betty's part then. That's actually smart on Betty's part. Not yet, Patricia, but you're close. That's literally smart on Betty's part. If Betty, thank you, Liz, if Betty was like, if Betty's running it up, so be it. So Betty's running it up. Again, this could have been avoided. This whole thing could have been avoided. This entire fucking case could have been avoided. And it could have ended multiple times. And some of that falls on Betty. Literally, some of that falls on Betty. Betty could have ended this a long time ago. Betty could have ended this. I think QB's lawyer asked like 4 fucking times. So there's the other catch to it. All these people that are donating for the greater good, for Betty to be taught a lesson, then what lesson would be taught if QB's lawyer keeps asking to end it? Then there's no greater good learned. Then it's just been an all fucking waste of people's money. Like a complete waste of people's money. So why ask to end it? Why 4 times have it asked to end it? And what's going to happen if QB's people stop supporting it? And this brings me to my next thing. I wonder if the other channel, if that new channel is one of Betty's people. Why? Because if people see who QB really is and the shady shit she does behind the scenes, that might throw a wrench in her donators. So it very well could be one of Betty's people. I mean, it could be anybody, but I do think there's a good possibility maybe it's one of Betty's people. I'm the new channel. I know, right? No, you'd be surprised if people are going to support it. Yes. If I want to dedicate a channel, nah, it's not her. She's not. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. Because she's connected to Betty. So Had BHB not got pushed back, she would have used the same stunt on anyone that spoke on her. No, because I hate to defend her, but there's a lot of people that speak on Betty that she's never spoken about. I've spoke on Betty since the day I fucking met her. Literally, since the day I've met her. I just don't go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm not trying to take away her money. I'm not trying to get people to turn on her. That's the difference. The difference of what I do and what other people do, or what was done to Betty. You can have an opinion on Betty. I mean, I most certainly do. I have an opinion on Betty. I think she's an asshole. But I'm not trying to get other people to turn on her. I'm not making money off of defaming her. I'm not making money or trying to make money by bashing her 15 hours a day. That's not my niche. That's not what I'm doing. I have an opinion, and just like anybody else, I have a right to have an opinion. That's the difference. What they were doing was they were going non-stop at Betty, JLR. How come nobody talks about JLR? JLR hasn't fucking changed. There's nothing that's changed about him. He's the same asshole he was fucking 3 years ago. But why do people stop talking about him? Oh, I know, because he hit over 100,000 subs. That's why. So now they knew they couldn't touch him, so let's just stop talking about him. Do I need to remind everybody what he did in front of the Wells house? Do I need to remind everybody all the shit that he was a part of? But yet, no, you don't hear a word about it. Not a word. Why? I'll tell you why. Because if they bash JLR, they're going to lose people. If they bash Betty, they'll gain people. But too many people turned around for some reason and like JLR. So all of a sudden, JLR, quiet as can be. And when it comes to JLR, they say nothing. He wasn't as loud? Kind of. See, but people forget what JLR is really like. People forget JLR's history. People forget the vile shit that JLR has done. Now, does it mean that I got to talk about it all the time? Nope. But I'm not going to play him either. I'm not going to like him either. I'm not going to forget what a sick fuck he is. I'm not going to forget that. I'm not going to promote him either, though. I'm not going to watch him unless somebody tells me, oh, you need to see this. When the prisoner ran away, guess who didn't stream JLR? Me. I think I streamed him for 30 seconds. I was like, yeah, this is the most boring shit I've ever seen. Oh, I've heard them chronicles. I've heard them laugh about him, how great he is, how funny he is, how much he's changed. He hasn't fucking changed. He's the same asshole he was fucking years ago. So all right. So now let's move on to the next thing. Hey, Carol, let's move on to the next thing, which was last night. Willow's live. Nunya got mad at me at one point, which she shouldn't have been mad at me because I wasn't even addressing her, but she got mad at me. Let me start by saying this. Jonesin, I truly feel bad for you. And I say that because I've been there. You get close to someone on YouTube and then your friendship falls out and you still care about them. I hear you. And I get it. 100% get it. And I understand how you're hurt and you're confused and, you still love this person. As someone that's been around the block, that has fought with multiple people, some, regained, some lost forever, some I don't even know if they're still around. But you got to toughen up, girl. You gotta. I heard Willow, and I've said this privately, I'm going to say it publicly. Willow, you did a live last night airing out how you feel, and that is perfectly okay. You also made a live talking with Jonesin and Grandma Sherry telling her story, and you chose to do this publicly. You chose to do it outright instead of doing it behind the scenes. You chose to have Grandma Sherry up there to tell her story. So because you did this, you can't turn around and then say, oh, well, I just love QB. I just love QB so much. You're either lying or you're a hypocrite. One or the other. Because if you don't like someone's actions and you don't like the things they've done, and you no longer want to be friends with them, then don't be friends with them. That's perfectly fine. And you can care about someone. Absolutely. But if you choose to walk away from them and you choose to no longer support them because of their actions, then you can't say, oh, well, I just love the person she is. Because if that was true, you wouldn't be doing this on a live. And that mentality, and I'm not picking on Willow, but that mentality is why this community is so fucked up. It's that right there that makes this community so fucked up. Because now what you're doing, and I was trying to say this and none of you got mad at me, but you confuse the fuck out of subs at that point. You get subs so off. Well, do we like this person? Do we not like this person? Should we like this person? Is this person a piece of shit? Well, you know what? Even if she's a piece of shit, her friends, her ex-friends still are saying how wonderful she is. So the fuck shit's not going to change because all you guys are accepting what she's done. That's a big problem in this community.
You need another hour?
Yeah, that is one of the most frustrating things I've seen in this community. You doing some cap texting? What do you mean cap texting? Yeah, Nunya didn't like me, but I wasn't even referring to her because she stood her ground. Nunya was like, Laura, I'm not included in that. And I appreciate that last night. I did. But then she got mad at me. She said I was pushing too hard. I was just giving my opinion. She didn't have to listen. When I go off on a tangent, people could just ignore me. It's okay. But Nunya, for some reason, no, I wasn't on live. I was in chat. Nunya, for some reason, feels like that I'm trying to tell her how she should feel. And I'm not at all. I'm just giving my opinion. So I don't want her to mistake that. To be fair, Laura, you could not like something. Yes. And I get that. But Anita, again, let me give you an example. I'll use you, Anita, since you said it. You cannot like something someone does, and you could still care about them, but you don't go live. You just don't go live airing out your dirty secrets and then say how you care about them. That's what I'm saying. It's one thing if you still care about them, but you walk away. That's totally different than what I'm talking about. You can walk away and not have any, and still love them, but don't like the things they do. That I get. But to go on a live, air it all out, talk about the downfalls, talk about why you left them. How can you say you care about them so much if you just threw them under a bus? That's what I mean, Anita. That's the difference. So when I heard that last night, I'm like, wow, okay. Okay. But I wish they could see it from a sub perspective. I wish they would see it from a sub perspective because that is so confusing to subs. So confusing. And Noelle, just to address very lightly, no, I haven't done it. I don't talk trash about people I care about unless they push me and push me and push me. And if I'm going to talk about our situation on a live, I probably don't care about you anymore. So, no, not a hypocrite. And no, nothing like that. I think when a friendship ending, it's confusing. Maybe he isn't sure. That's what I'm saying. It's perfectly okay for you to walk away from someone. Perfectly okay. And it's perfectly okay for you to speak about it publicly. But it gets all fucked up to subs when you act like, oh my God, it is perfectly okay because I just love her so much. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Now instead of loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. And this is just a personal feeling. But if somebody stands against every single thing that I am for, how can you still love them? And this is just a personal opinion. If someone, except if it's a child is different. But how are you going to say how much you love this person when this person is everything that you're against? That doesn't make sense. I think they're absolutely afraid of backlash. And I feel like I'm one of the few that's willing to stand up and tell the fucking truth. I'm not going to placate. Do I wish harm on anybody? No. Do I wish anybody to go through horrific things? Absolutely not. But I'm not a miserable person. I'm just not. Maybe good egg. That's possible. I don't know what their reasons are. But as someone that's been around for a long time and have seen lots of communities, knowing the people that I know and what I know of them, Jones and Willow, I absolutely think they were being 100% real. I don't think it was fake. I think that Jones and emotions are real. I think all their emotions are real. And Nunya too, but I don't think it was fake in any which way, shape, or form. So I want to also put that out there. I believe 100% it was legit. Their feelings are legit. Welcome, Bushit. But the subs were left so confused that some of them probably were like, now what? Now what the fuck? Now, I don't believe they were fake at all, Pecan. I think Joneson genuinely is upset. I think Willow is genuinely upset. I think Nunya was genuinely upset at one point. Not anymore, though. So, but now let's flip it back to the other side. See, Pecan, I don't know. I don't know her like that. Bella, now she is. But I'm saying that's why I said at first, I think she was genuinely upset at first. But now let's flip it to the other side. Oh, I don't believe so either, True Text. I believe it was real. Okay, I believe Grandma Sherry's private business was put on blast to go. Okay, let's clear this up. I'm going to clear this up as clear as day. Grandma Sherry chose to go up there. Nobody was talking about Grandma Sherry's situation. I was there. Nobody was discussing Grandma Sherry. Grandma Sherry chose to go up there and tell her entire story. That's not on Willow, Joneson, and I don't know how this was spun in QB's live because I didn't watch her live, but the fact that this was spun, that if it was spun that way, that's complete bullshit. It was on Willow's. Grandma Sherry purposely asked for a link when nobody was discussing her. Nobody was discussing her. Asked for a link and went up there. That's it. That's it. So, Willow brought up Grandma Sherry first. Okay, but she didn't have to take a link and tell the whole story. I'll play it if you guys missed it. Not the whole story. But I don't remember him talking about her. And he did. If he did, he did. Then I'm wrong. No, I definitely don't want an echo chamber. They were talking about Grandma Sherry. That's okay. What were they saying? But they didn't get into her story. Hey, Joseph. They didn't get into her story. I don't remember them getting into her story. Patricia, now you don't have to worry about it. Have a good day. I wanted to clarify the situation. Okay, I don't remember. I was half listening, so I could be wrong. They brought up the donations. Oh, okay. Yeah, Patricia, Merry Christmas. Jesus loves you. Go bother someone else's chat. Thanks. See, I don't know. I didn't remember that. She's gone, East Coast. Willow started talking about Grandma Sherry and there's a lot of backstory. Yes, okay. So Grandma Sherry went up there and talked about the backstory to clarify it. Right? That's all it was? Brought it up just like they came in a couple of weeks ago randomly and super chatted QB about Grandma when she was certainly not the top. Well, Pecan fucking B Tim brings me up all the time and I'm not the topic. She didn't really clear it up. It showed she didn't really know all the behind the scenes. Well, I know It was Nunya, I believe. See, Grandma Sherry, I never thought that. I never even heard that. I don't know where that came from. But when you said that last night, I was like, all right, I got a lot of Patreons, a lot of members. I've never once heard that, ever. So I don't know. And I got ones in drama all over the place. I had never once heard that. They kept saying they have proof Queen did say those things. Yeah, I've never heard that about Grandma Sherry ever. But I don't even know where that came from. I'm not even sure where that stemmed from. I just did not have to go through that. It's hard to accept help from people. Lilo talked about the messages behind the scenes of QB suggesting that Grandma Sherry and the donations were a possible scam. That's what I didn't understand. That's the part that lost me. And let me also state, I would not even be promoting a channel that's letting out, Discord messages. But the fact that QB has absolutely zero motherfucking problem with my Discord messages, with my private messages, uses them, talks about them, I'm all for promoting this other channel. By the way, speaking of promoting channels, it seems that the wrong one, which was putting out little clips, got eliminated thanks to a certain someone whose name I refuse to mention. It seems that she struck her so many times that her channel's now gone. So I told him I'd promote the new channel, but I don't know the new channel. So if they come in here, please let me know the new channel. Yeah, I never heard that either. I know our Discord's like a yearly Christmas card for the community every year. Liz, that's my point. It wouldn't be a problem if she didn't talk about my Discord or so many others' Discords. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys, and I mean this wholeheartedly. It's one thing to talk shit in a Discord. It's another thing to say one thing on a Discord and then preach something else on a live. That makes you a shady bitch motherfucker. That makes you a fraud. That makes you a liar. I talk shit in Discord, and guess what? I stand by everything I fucking say. If it leaks, what do you mean if? When it leaks, it don't matter. We've had every fucking room leaked. I stand by it. I don't need to fucking hide. I'm not going to come up here and tell you guys one thing and then talk shit behind your back. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stand strong. Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I believe that. You got a fucking problem with it? That's your problem, not mine. I said it and I stand by it. I am one of the few that can do that, that will do that. Most people are going to run or, I don't want you to talk about them. Why? You'll call out this, but you won't call out that? The fuck out of here. You'll call me out for something, but you won't call that one out? Oh, what they did is okay? Sit the fuck down with that bullshit. And I see that all over this community. All over. QB was doxing people behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. And again, I'm not saying I've never done it. We did it 4 years ago. So I'm not like doubting, going after her for that, because that would make me a hypocrite. I fucking did the same thing 4 years ago. And I won't deny it. I did. But I didn't give it to a fucking lunatic like Aileen. It was our little group. But giving it someone like Aileen, you had ill intent. And my biggest issue that I cannot believe every motherfucking creator is not calling this out. And I did not know about this until this video came out. And I'm going to play it for you guys, just in case people need a fucking reminder, if it's still up. Hold on. Because how people, I have never called anybody's job. How people are okay with this is what I have a problem with. Hold on. I think it was this. Wait. Which is the one, unless she pulled it. Which is the video? What's the name of the video? Texas Blue Bonnet. Let's call facts. When Aileen told me she was going to Tennessee, I blocked her. When she told me, when she was acting like a fucking fool, I blocked her. When she was going to harass Molly, I blocked her. I told her she was out of her fucking mind. But whether it be her, Chronicles, Fragile Like a Bomb, Tammy Lou's Front Street, when the whole community only hears one fucking narrative, and that's what everyone runs on, and you are that one person that everyone is going against, and you don't have a voice, you damn well believe that I will give you that voice. It doesn't even matter if I don't like you. It doesn't even matter if you're my best friend. It doesn't matter. If somebody is being unlawfully fucking attacked based on someone else's bullshit, damn right I'm going to give her a fucking voice. She deserved one. So did Bash that night. She deserved one. So you better get out of your fucking mentality that, well, you are her friend. Because that's not what I said. But again, I will give anyone a voice who's being wrongfully attacked and one narrative being spun because the other person has no voice. Okay, the video from In Their Own Words that talked about the Summer Wells community and what she was going to do. Was that Friends of the Hive that was on? Or was that Every Live You Do, episode 1? Wasn't there an episode 2? Did she strike that down? No, Tammy. I was just using you as an example. You just popped up, so I used you as an example. But what was the name of the video that she was going to? It had to be Friends of the Hive, right? Was there an episode 2? Oh my God, nobody cares. Nobody talks about her but her. Thank you. Bye. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. And stop coming in here with these stupid ass fucking troll names. Because the only one that talks about her is her. Thank you. Thank you, Roses. But what was the name of that video, guys? Was it Friends of the Hive? Real Life episode 3. Yeah, we don't have that. Oh, wait. Here it is. Sweet. All right. Let's watch. You could polish your asking someone to exit skills. I could. But what fun would that be, True Texan? Was this it?
Title is PJ's leak.
Is this the one? PJ's leaked? All right, we don't need
Her
to.
and
I
Dolly
just
were
want
just
the last part.
those reasons. Aline says yes. These vile people. Queen Bee replies, LMAO, no they're not. And she can fucking shove a dick in her mouth with her ultimatum. El Amu. She then tells Aline what PJ's real name is, which I have redacted, and says, here, let me send you her docs. Here, let me send you her docs. No asking from Aline. No calls in between. No claims of needing it for court. No, Queen Bee just offers it up freely, and you'll see why shortly. It has nothing to do with any of those reasons. Aline says, yes. Please do. I got you. She is replying to Queen Bee's first couple messages. The next screenshot will put a lot of things into context for you. Aline says, you when they see me show up. Oh my God. Where does she work at? Queen Bee replies, girl, I can't fucking wait. Remember, at this point, YouTube thought Dolly and PJ would still be attending Summer's Day in Tennessee. The event.
How many of you guys haven't? I thought everybody has seen this whole video. I'm sorry. I would have played the whole thing. I thought everybody's seen it. But this right here, this part right here, please fucking tell me why 30 creators have not called this part out. Just this part.
That a couple groups put together to honor a missing child. An event that some have twisted into drama surrounding Summer Wells' case. An event that some have tried to keep the drama out of and keep the focus on Summer Wells. Aline just stated that she couldn't wait to see the look on Dolly and PJ's face when she showed up. And Queen Bee said, girl, I can't fucking wait. So Queen Bee knew and was excited that Aline would be showing up to confront Dolly and PJ at an event for a missing now 7-year-old.
Why isn't every fucking creator calling that out? I have not heard jack shit about that. You were sending Aline to Summer's Day to fuck it up? And people say this isn't a fucking joke? People say this isn't a money-making scam? Why would you do that? That's true. Why call it out? It wasn't said by BHB, Dolly, or you. Good point. This is the sickest, most disgusting thing that I've seen to date. And I did not know this from the beginning. If someone bought memberships, I can't see it on StreamYard, so thank you. It is so fucked up. This right here is worse than anything I've seen to date. And I haven't heard peep about it. And nobody has said squat about it. This is sick. Fucking sick. There is no interpretation. All right. I'm going to play the whole video since obviously you guys didn't see it.
Real Life, Episode 3. Is information shared in private considered real life? Let's ask Queen Bee herself.
To me, I didn't send it to him yet, but I'm going to, because guess what? Remember what you said, Laura? It's not doxing if it's public information, right? But it's not doxing when you go back and forth in the inbox, right? Is that how that? I mean, I'm just wanting to know how Laura logic works.
The name marked out in the previous title is PJ's legal name. According to Queen Bee's sarcastic retort to Laura logic, it's safe to say that Queen Bee is not okay with sharing public information or spreading it around in private. At least she's not okay with it in public. Here is another place she publicly shared PJ's legal name. In episode 1, we left off in the month of April. Queen Bee and friends were giddy with laughter as Aline explored the outside.
Texas Bluebonnet. I would love for you to take a link when this is over and explain that. What makes you torn? Like, you are the type of person I would love to talk to. Torn because you don't believe it, or torn because you can't believe that she is so shady behind the scenes?
Of Dolly's home. A month later, Queen Bee and Aline would begin to discuss his girlfriend, PJ. May 21st. Queen Bee says, PJ is Dolly's girlfriend. Aline asks, where is she from? Queen Bee replies, Virginia, I believe. Her and Dolly were just in a store together. Aline replies, oh God. Queen Bee says, he is out ghost hunting with her now. Aline replies, I saw she has your shut posted all in her community. Queen Bee says, I don't give a fuck. Constance Sue has all of Dolly's shit posted. Side note, Queen Bee is telling Aline that she doesn't care that her criminal record is on PJ's community tab, because Constance Sue has all of Dolly's information on hers. The next comment is more troublesome. Then Queen Bee says, I'm calling PJ's job. Before I show the rest, and trust me, it's more than you've seen on other channels before, I want to share a comment Queen Bee made in Jones and's chat. She claimed PJ threatened to call her job, so she threatened to call PJ's. My issue with this comment is that Queen Bee made this threat in private to Aline. So how would a threat made in private that the other party knows nothing about matter? She also claims a public dox is worse than a private. PJ never threatened Queen Bee's job, unless she means she threatened to strike her channel. Queen Bee also never showed proof of PJ's so-called threat. A few weeks later in June, Aline and Queen Bee would begin discussing PJ again. Please note this is a week before Summer's Day, when everyone on YouTube thought Dolly and PJ would be attending still. Aline says, Penny gave you an ultimatum to stop your subs from going to her with coming correct on your charges. Side note, Queen Bee's subs were going at Penny, claiming the charges she was showing weren't Queen Bee. However, everyone knew Penny had the correct information. Aline continues, some bitch posted your court fines are like 1,500 and are in collections. Ugh, these vile people. Queen Bee replies, LMAO, no they're not. And she can fucking shove a dick in her mouth with her ultimatum. El Amu. She then tells Aline what PJ's real name is, which I have redacted, and says, here, let me send you her docs. Here, let me send you her docs. No asking from Aline, no calls in between, no claims of needing it for court. No, Queen Bee just offers it up freely, and you'll see why shortly. It has nothing to do with any of those reasons. Aline says, yes, please do. I got you. She is replying to Queen Bee's first couple messages. The next screenshot will put a lot of things into context for you. Aline says, when they see me show up. Oh my God. Where does she work at? Queen Bee replies, girl, I can't fucking wait. Remember, at this point, YouTube thought Dolly and PJ would still be attending Summer's Day in Tennessee, the event that a couple groups put together to honor a missing child. An event that some have twisted into drama surrounding Summer Wells' case. An event that some have tried to keep the drama out of and keep the focus on Summer Wells. Aline just stated that she couldn't wait to see the look on Dolly and PJ's face when she showed up. And Queen Bee said, girl, I can't fucking wait. So Queen Bee knew and was excited that Aline would be showing up to confront Dolly and PJ at an event for a missing now 7-year-old little girl. Aline says LMAO and then asks, where is the chasing gonna be at? The same place? She means Chasing Truth, the creator. Queen Bee replies, nope. They rented a place. Aline says, oh, okay. Before the last slide, let's look at a
Now, please tell me why people are not calling that out. How could you have any respect for somebody that claims to like missing children, claims to be an advocate, made a fuckload of money off the tragedy pimping? And look what you have here. She was going to send a crazy bitch like Aileen to their fucking thing just to piss off Dolly and PJ. If someone can tell me what PJ ever did to warrant this, please let me know. But I followed this. PJ did nothing. Nothing. PJ hooked up with Dolly, from what I understand, around the Quentin Simon case is when they, hooked up. So she was still pretty new to this. But PJ was still going to stick up for her man like anybody would. But to see that she was perfectly okay, she loved it. You want to know why? She was going to get big views on it. She was going to make money on it. They're doing something for the tragedy pimps. For the tragedy pimps. Now, mind you, this happened in June. By August, she was already turning on Savage. By August, the videos show that she was saying how this one made this money and this one had this money. That was on August. This was June. So what happened in between those few months? She's just mad she got called out because then she lost money. She wasn't racking in the money.
Comment from Nunez chat, where Queen Bee makes the following claims. Please remember this was after some of the screenshots were leaked, but not the full context. Someone had said that Queen Bee had shared PJ's pictures, to which she replied, that's a lie. No pictures were ever sent. Show the proof or shut the fuck up. I left one picture in to prove they are indeed PJ's pictures. What was sent was way more than just pictures. It was PJ's full name, any known aliases, her phone number, her current address, her place of employment, her family members, even her ex-husband, the outside of her home, and pictures inside of a home. I'm not saying that was a dox, but it is definitely a violation of privacy sending all of that to a woman that you know has no problem going to private homes. And let's not forget the new information we learned. On June 15th, YouTubers were trying to hold an event to honor not just the missing Summer Wells, but also other missing children. An event that some have tried to...
Lynn, I think you're confused. QB is the one that said that she never sent any picture. This person, whoever the creator is stating that they left one of the pictures up to show that QB was blatantly lying. I think you have that confused.
To keep the tragedy pimps and drama out of. Aline was going to surprise Dolly and PJ there. And Queen Bee said she couldn't fucking Wait. Remember the super long panel Queen Bee held about Summer's Day before the event? Remember how she was worried about people showing up to cause drama at Summer's Day, when in private, she was fueling chaos for Summer's Day and couldn't wait to see it burn. All of this is in their own words.
So the point was, in my opinion, at the beginning of this video, you hear Queen Bee rant. Hey, Harley, you hear Queen Bee rant about, oh, Laura Logic. A dox is not, if you send it privately, it's not a dox according to Laura, blah, blah, blah. And there you go. Look what she does behind the scenes. While she trashes me, makes money off my name, tries to look like she's so much better, and look what she's doing behind the scenes. And I've never doxed someone that intent, that heavy. So yeah, you're far from an angel. But the stuff with Summer is what has stuck out with me more than any of this other bullshit. And I truly cannot understand how people are not calling that out. And if you say that you love her, she's such a wonderful person, when she can do something like that, that's not someone I ever want to be associated with, because that's fucked up. Hey, Just Debbie, all the other bullshit, to each their own. But to know that she was going to had some ulterior motive to Summer's Day and some ulterior motive of doing that. Thank you, Sammy. Of doing that, that's a problem. That is a big fucking problem. Because what's next? There's no reason for her to be doing that. None. There's no reason for her to do that. There's just not. It's not about Dolly and PJ. It wasn't Dolly Day. It wasn't PJ Day. It was Summer's Day. Why are you sending someone out there? It just proves what a fucking joke she thinks it is. And it was all about her lining her pockets. And that's a simple fact. Now, as far as Liz, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. There's no good intention for sending a lean to Summer's Day. You have no good intention in that. You can't spin that. There's no way to spin that. If you think you can spin that, that's fucked up. And maybe you should be at the Hive, because there's no way to spin that at all. Secondly, Tiffany left a little too soon. Would have loved to hear a reaction. Hold on. There was another. Oh, all right. East Coast Beauty. Where'd it go? You made a comment I want to address. Oh, they're all saying that it's old stuff. Some things, and I agree. Oh, everyone is trying to say old news. We have moved on. Pay no attention to the past. And I'm not going to disagree with that. But it's only old news if people knew about it. Yes, people knew that she doxed PJ. That part is old news. Who knew about this Summers thing? I didn't. Aileen never sent me this stuff. She never talked to me about this stuff. I don't know why she never sent me this stuff, but I looked through all her messages. She never sent me this stuff. So there were certain things that she didn't want me to know. There were certain things that she didn't feel that I deserved to know. But I haven't been able to find one person that knew about this. Not one. So if people knew about this and they thought it was perfectly fine, then you belong right at the Hive. You belong right at the Hive. You belong exactly where you are. Because this is not okay. Saying how Laura Logic and going, and that wasn't a year ago. She said that recently. So while you were doing all this shady shit, and I got news for you, I don't think she stopped doing shady shit. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Blank Screen is her mod. Blank Screen was the cause of a lot of this looking up and getting all this information from people. Came from Blank Screen, a lot of it. So please tell me then why Blank Screen, if you've changed your behaviors, why is Blank Screen your mod? You ain't changed shit. You're still just lying to people. That's all you're doing. You're just lying, as usual, as what you do best. Lie, lie, lie. Yeah, Blank Screen is still her mod. She sticks up for Blank Screen a lot. That she's not going to go against Blank Screen. She likes Blank Screen. Blank Screen this, Blank Screen that. Oh, she unmodded him now? Okay. She just remodded him. See, I don't watch her enough. Never trust anyone who was quiet because behind the scenes, they aren't so quiet. QB is quiet on her own channel. Lets everyone else do the talking. Behind the scenes, be worried. I agree with that. Just keeping them close because for sure. And Tammy, correct me if I'm wrong. You also went down to Quentin, right? You're the same Tammy that went down to Quentin. And I'm not putting you on the spot. There's a reason I'm saying it. It was a couple of days ago. Because HH called her out. HH did a video on it. He's giving it out. No, it was you. Okay. And again, QB was pushing her Cash App, was talking about money, although I think Tammy said I don't need any, but was pushing her money. She was all for it. All for the shit show. She had no problem with it. Yes, you were the quiet one. Total fucking hypocrite. Not you, Tammy. I mean her. It was all money maker for her. Rap was sharing Tammy's Cash App and QB was sharing Aileen's. There you go. I knew it was something. So I'm going to drop a link if anyone wants to come up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. I think I may have got it all out. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't know. I'm sure it'll come to me later. There are other creators that put up polls during a murder trial. I watched a lot of trials with creators hosting. Thanks, East Coast. There was something else, though. I don't remember. There really was something else. I should have wrote it down. Yeah, I have to make a cake. I have a Christmas baby shower cake to finish. Thanks for being respectful to me, even though I'm from the Hive. Texas, I don't care where you're from. Like, that doesn't faze me. Oh, it's sides. That was the other thing. That was the other thing I wanted to say. Hold on. About sides. Someone made a comment before about being on sides. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should have to pick a side. Nobody. People should be able to go wherever the fuck they want to go. If me and Crystal want to head over to the Hive and engage in a conversation, we should be able to without any problem. The exact opposite, though, turns out to be true. What you're not going to see us do, unlike these fucking losers, what you're not going to see us do is talk about purple over and over and over and talk about purple community and not Purple Phoenix. I mean this one. And we're not going to make it all about us. That's what we don't do. That's why you don't see my people in all these chats doing that. But they talk about sides, but do you know what would happen if me or Crystal walked into QB's live and wanted to talk about a conversation? Or we wanted to talk about the subject? We'd be blocked fucking instantly. Why? Because that's what they do. I heard someone lost a wrench just for being in my chat. Why? Because I call you out? Is that why? Literally because I fucking call your ass out? Sue me. That's never going to stop. Because unlike others, I have the balls to do it. You're nothing. Like literally, you're nothing to me. The fact that you need a panel, that you literally need a fucking panel to do a live, I got zero respect. And I have no respect for a long ass fucking time. But at the end of the day, when I turn off my computer, you're the last one I fucking think about. So people need to really, like, there should be no fucking divide. It's YouTube, people. People should be able to go wherever the fuck they want to go. But what you're not going to do is promote your favorite creator in another creator's live. That you're not going to do. You're not going to do it here, and I wouldn't do it somewhere else. I went to Crime and Fashion today. I didn't even say a word because I saw all the fucking B people in there. Why? Why should I have to feel like that? I know I would have been fucking blocked in a second. In a fucking second. And I'm always in Lisa's lives. Not her normal mods would have blocked me. But other people would have blocked me. Why? Why? Like, it shouldn't be like that. You can't have a different opinion in another chat. Why? You can have a different opinion. I welcome different opinions. Just don't make it an asshole opinion. No, Lisa wouldn't have, but I saw who had wrenches there. I know, Sly Angel. I didn't. I'm going to talk to her privately about it. I didn't get it either. But listening to her kind of triggered some of this live. Because again, QB is not a victim. Betty's not a victim. Neither one are fucking victims. I absolutely encourage a good debate. I love debates. And everyone knows I look at my chat enough that I can see it. Like, I see the comments. Not every single comment, but I see a lot of the comments. So, yeah. I mean, I'm on StreamYard, so I don't see him as much, but I mean, I do. I see a lot of the comments. I see what's going on. But yeah, just people talk about a divide. No, the only person that should be putting like divides on is the people, the subs. But like I said, sub lives matter. They really do. Without subs, we are not shit. If we don't have people watching us, we don't have a fucking channel. So when I see what I saw last night, just left me feeling like, guys, you are so confusing subs. Confusing them 100%. You can stand your ground or don't. But don't be wishy-washy. It's not fair to subs. Let subs make, and when I say that, understand, I'm not saying that subs are going to follow everything you do, because most subs don't. But they shouldn't have to feel that they don't know what to feel. Some of them do need direction. Some of them like direction. They were so mad Willow was live. Yeah, but you know what was fucked up forever trolling? I hadn't been live in 2 days, and I was gonna go live. Out of respect for Willow, not even thinking he was gonna do it, I'm like, you know what? Out of respect for another creator who has been good to me, except when we were fighting, but never did anything wrong to me. It was never an asshole to me while we were friendly. Lives in my state. But like, seriously, I don't have any issues with Willow. He was live. I'm not going to go live. I'm not going to go against him. I can wait. I didn't expect, an all night live, but I was like, fuck it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll go live tomorrow. And then I saw like 5 minutes after he goes live, she went live. Why would you do that to Willow? Like, how fucking insecure are you? I don't understand why she would do that. She was closer to Willow than I've ever been. And I wouldn't do that to him. That's fucked up. I thought that was whacked. I did. I was like, why would you go live? Right? Of course she did it on purpose. That was a Molly move. Molly used to do that. As soon as I went live, all of a sudden she had to go live. Then she started doing it to Justin. You just don't do that to your friends, even if they're ex-friend. Like, we used to do that as a game. Me and Molly used to do that to Diane and Wendy. When Molly was getting much better numbers when Diane, we're like, all right, Diane's going live at 8. Let's go on at 8:15. Like, we did that just to fuck with their numbers. That's games behind the scenes. But someone like Willow, it's his first live. Can you not give that to him? Are you so fucking selfish that you could not just give him that? Like, wow. Just wow. And I was really, really shocked. I did not think. I figured she would be in there supporting him, having her friend. That's why I almost didn't go. I mean, I literally almost didn't even watch him because I'm like, I'm not dealing with the whole hive. Well, great. She made it easy. She fucking went live too. That was perfect. I was like, there were a couple bees in there, but mostly it was a big mix of all of us, many different communities, and the chat was great. The chat was one of the best chats I've been in a while. I didn't even get work done. We just sat there and bullshitted for hours. Like, I can't remember the last time I was in a chat for 4 hours. And we were just living it up, laughing, fighting with Nunya. No, seriously. Laughing, hanging out with my peeps, meeting new peeps, people I hadn't seen ever, getting along. It was a great chat. I'm not going to lie. It was one of the best chats I've been in a long time. There was no fighting. There was no couple of assholes here and there, just blocked them, moved on. But for the most part, there weren't attacks on each other. Everybody was there getting along. All chats should be like that. No joke. I like Nunya too. She just got mad at me for something. But it was fun. It really was. Beats him one. Yeah, right? But Bella, you were in there as most of the time I was. It was a great chat. Like, a couple of assholes here and there, but for the most part, it really was a great chat. She played a piece of his live and Grandma Sherry was on panel. Why is Savage going after QB? Probably because Discord that I leaked. That showed that she was running her mouth behind the scenes. But I'm not even talking about the live. I'm just talking about the chat. We had fun in chat. And of course, Nunya was reading chat and took it personal. But yeah, it really was a good chat.
So, Mother, it's been 2.5 hours.
All right, well, I'm getting off in a few minutes.
What's all that?
Stuff.
What kind of stuff?
Stuff that needs to be wrapped. Now get the fuck out of my room.
What kind of stuff is
Don't
it?
worry about it, kid.
What kind of
Stop.
stuff?
Stop her and sending it all back.
I was just looking. You need what? 5 minutes?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay.
Trying to be nosy. There's Christmas gifts. Nosy ass 16-year-old. Oh, Dayton. Shit, now I forgot. Ah,
What?
come here.
What?
Come here.
Oh.
So this rumor can stop. There's 421 people in here.
Hmm.
All right. Let's clear this up once and for all. When I used to put a lock on the fridge, was I doing it to harm you?
No.
Was I doing it to hurt you?
No.
Was I doing it to abuse you?
No.
Did you feel starved to death?
No.
Thank you. And why did I do? Put down a gift. And why did I do it?
To help me?
Thank you. And why?
Because I needed to lose weight.
No, that's not why.
Because I wouldn't eat too much.
Because you sneak eat. A lot of reasons. I should do it again. Maybe eat less. Stop. Buka's protecting him. He's going to bite you.
Really?
But you can't believe the rumors that still go on.
That was like 2 years ago.
I know. Oh my God. She abuses her children. Blah, blah, blah. They said I had a chain lock on the fridge. I didn't have a fucking chain lock on the fridge.
He's not protecting shit.
Yes, he is. Try opening up one of those presents. Stop.
You just told me to.
I was kidding. Stop.
See? Look at him. He ain't protecting shit.
You'll see it on Christmas. Out.
You got 9 minutes.
So there you go. We can stop the rumors. We can stop the bullshit. You heard it right from his own mouth. It was not, what's the word? It was not coerced. I didn't speak to him about it before. That was straight out of his mouth. So now all these rumors can stop. He is, but he's trying to open up the Christmas gifts. I told him, I said, some of them won't be here on time. He's like, which ones? Which one? I don't know. But which ones? But I'm not telling you. Whatever you don't get on Christmas and you get the 2 days later. So stop. It was his first in a while. He's been live before, but it was no, I don't think he was ever live. He's done videos. Exactly, Anita. These people act like I, abuse my child. It's ridiculous. And they still talk about it today. Your haters are obsessed and they despise that you raised 3 awesome humans. That's true too. That's a good point too, Tammy. Look, my daughter will tell you straight up her mom is crazy. She will tell you straight up her mom is fucking insane. She'll tell you straight up, I'm crazy ass mom, but I'm the best mom she could ever have. So I never claimed to be normal, but I raised my kids the absolute best way I knew how. And obviously I did something right because all 3 of them are fantastic. And Phoenix comes home tomorrow. Woo woo. I even read a comment from one of your haters, Laura, and they say Laura is a good mom and she has always done what's best for her kids. So at least some people can be honest. But if I'm a good mom and I've always done the best for my kids, doesn't that kind of make me a semi-good person? If all 3 kids turned out so well, I have to be doing something right. So I can't be this horrible, vile person that they make me out to be. You know what I mean? I agree, Texan. I agree with that. He absolutely will do well. And he should keep it up. Thank you, East Coast. But you know what I'm saying, though? If you raise 3 kids that all grow up doing fantastic, nobody got pregnant young. Everyone does the right things. And they're all on paths to being extremely successful. And I raised them all by myself. I obviously did something right. We don't even have one that's fucked up. We got all 3 that are good. I can't be that bad of a person. And that's why I don't understand where people can't, you know, like none of them are on medication. None of them, they're just all good kids. Nobody's got that much luck. I obviously did something right. Give you all credit because unlike some people out here crying single mom, you actually are a single mom. Absolutely. And your kids have been raised by, yeah, I don't even have family around here. I think I'm a good mama. I try. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that kids on medication means you're a bad parent. I don't want anyone to think that either, because I don't mean that. I just mean that for me personally, people make me out to be this horrible person. Well, I've done an amazing job on 3 kids. My parents couldn't even do that. One was fucked up, one was good. I was the fucked up one, if you didn't know. You know what I mean? My parents couldn't even have that good of luck. And I was raised with 2 amazing parents. Most people with 3, there's always one that's fucked up. And if you have a fucked up parent or a piece of shit parent, odds are more than one is going to be fucked up. Well, I don't see how people can make me into such a horrible person. And not saying that kids are an example, but if I have 3 kids that I've done all by myself, I'm obviously not the horrible person that people want to make me out to be. It's just that. Think they hate you because they base it off context clips. To be honest, if I never listened to you and only heard what clip channels said, I might not like you either. I think that's the issue. It's a good point. DSS adoption. She was starved. Well, Dane definitely wasn't starved. He's an addict. He's a food addict. That's what I'm saying, Lynn. I've raised 3 kids by myself. My mom even said to me, like, I knew you were strong, but I had no idea how strong you really were until this cancer stuff. Until you were diagnosed. I'm amazed at how strong you've been. I was like, fuck yeah. Hated some deep-seated weird reason. Lynn, I totally agree with that. But then they lie to get other people to hate me. And if people would actually listen to the things I say, I'm not stupid. Like, I have pointed out a lot of things that people don't listen to because they hate me for whatever reason. But meanwhile, I've been right the whole time about a lot of things. I'm not just saying QB, I'm saying in general. But people don't want to listen to me because they hear this clip or they heard this about me or they heard this lie about me. And up until recently, I'll just ignore it. I'll just not even bother, not even call it out. Just whatever. You want to think what you think. But then I realized, no, I have to start fucking sticking up for myself. I have to start, taking those lies and showing where they're lies. And they're just lies. So, yeah, they always say, intelligent people ignore, successful people ignore, unsuccessful people shout. So that's why I've always ignored it. And then, like I said, it just got to the point where a lot of new people in the community, and a lot of new people believe I'm this horrible fucking person because of all the lies that are being spread. So that's why I'm like, I got to start addressing this shit. Let me tell you, by the way, off topic, the tape from a lumpectomy made me so fucking raw. My boob hurts more now than it's ever hurt. Like my boob is just raw, like absolutely raw. The doctor's like, it'll go away. It'll go away. I have like a cushion on it. I can't put anything on it. So he's like, wear a support bra, but it's bad. I showed Sage this morning. She's like, ow. I said, yeah, it's bad. But that's the only thing that still hurts. But I got a big cushion on it. Because he's like, don't put anything on it. It's just from tape. Your incision is fine. I was like, thank you, East Coast. Let me tell honestly, I am one of the realest motherfuckers you're ever going to meet. Hey, Denise, clear margins. Realest motherfucker you're ever going to meet. I call it like it is, whether it earns me subs or it doesn't. Hey, Granny, whether it earns me subs or it doesn't, whether I earn money with it or not, it doesn't matter. I will abso-fucking-lutely call out what I see. And sometimes I lose subs, sometimes I gain subs. Either way, it doesn't change. Yeah, you missed my whole life. You handled that like I have to. I had no choice. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. I don't know if Dayton told his football coach like that I'm dying or something. Cause like I don't doubt Dayton told him I got like 6 months to live. But I come home yesterday. Dayton's got all these bags. I'm like, what's all the bags about? He's like, oh, my coach dropped off some stuff and anonymous donors. Shirts, socks, sweats, everything. Like, saved me so much money. Hey, Clarissa. And I was like, why? So he's like, oh, probably because you have breast cancer. Okay. What does that have to do with your football team? And yeah, they bought him like a 20-pack of socks. Just so much shit. I was dumbfounded. I was like, wow. And I'm talking like good stuff. Not like, not like Walmart stuff. I mean, we're talking like they gave him 3 credit cards to Dick's Sporting Goods, something else, Dick's Academy, and one other. We're talking like $100 a piece. Like we're not talking like a Walmart $10 card. We're talking big time. All of it. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. I can't run today. My mom has breast cancer. Thank you, True Texan. And I said to Sage, I was like, Sage, what do you think Dayton told him? So she's like, Mom, I have never seen his coach do that for anybody. I said, Sage, how much you want to bet Dayton fucking turned and now he denies it, but how much you want to bet Dayton turned around and told his coach, my mom has breast cancer. We don't know what's going to happen. Because football ended right after I got diagnosed. I can only imagine. But yeah, so he turned around and he bought him, again, came from anonymous donors. There was so much stuff. I was like, wow, I could not even thank them enough. That took huge weight off. Like, wow, thank you. It does. I agree with that too, Liza. But it was hysterical though. I was like, where'd you get all that stuff? So yeah. But thanks, coach. Players do talk to the coach. Yeah, he does. When his dad died, his coach, he leaned on his coach. He absolutely leaned on his coach. So, and then the next year when I spoke to his coach. So that was like a Christmas miracle. And that was a good thing. But it did. That helped a lot. Because those were the things that I was, buying outside. Because the other night I had to buy up their lists. But when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, you just saved me tons. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I was pretty happy. That was a little Christmas miracle. Creek Squad. It was so kind. And again, we don't know who they came from. Said there were numerous donations for it. He may have just said very simple, may have just said, my mom was just diagnosed with breast cancer. You know, I may not be around much, or we don't know what's going to happen. It's possible. So, but knowing Dayton, he exaggerated because that's what he does. So good night, East Coast. Probably all the faculty. Exactly. So, but he said to me, we were talking about the head. He's like, if you need chemo, I'll shave my head too. Whoa, hold up. I may not lose my hair. So relax. Nobody's got to shave their heads yet. I'm just saying, if you lose your head, what'd you say? If you lose your hair, you'll shave your hair.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to lose my hair.
You're
I was telling him your story with the coach.
What coach?
The one that brought you all the stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, his hair is down to his shoulders. Dad passed away, and mom with breast cancer. You should start college. Exactly. Start college grants now. That's true, Crystal.
Mother,
That's funny. Do not touch my dinner.
do we have any hot chocolate?
What?
Do we have any hot chocolate?
What?
Do we have any hot chocolate?
Yeah, we have hot chocolate. It's in the coffee thing.
I found it.
Yeah, I was like, no, Southern Gal told me about this cold cap you can get, and you put it over your hair. So if I do need chemo, that's what I'm getting. She did not lose her hair. Yeah, I heard about this this cold cap. Southern Gal said she would buy it for me, so I looked it up, not even knowing what a cold cap is. And the cold cap goes over your hair, and it like helps you not lose your hair. So I was like, shit, I'll be getting one of those if I need it. Hey, Headstones, I'm not ignoring you. I was like, if I need it, I'll get one of those. That's why I told him, you don't need to shave your head.
I can still shave.
But I thought it was very sweet because I looked at Sage. I said, are you going to shave your head? She's like, no. I said, I don't blame you. Cold cap is very cold. Well, hopefully I don't need it, but I still don't know yet. My test still isn't back yet. She did not use the cold cap. She was just lucky. I think it depends on what type of chemo it is. I'm not ignoring. I'm trying to rant.
It depends on the dosages of the chemo.
Well, I wouldn't get a strong dose simply because mine wouldn't be to like shrink a tumor. If you get chemo because a tumor can't be removed from your body, you get much stronger chemo. Or if you have the type of cancer that's incurable, that's different.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that type of cancer. I mean, I'm not getting that type of chemo. Happy holidays, sinner. Well, Headstones, it was true because I wasn't like ignoring you on purpose. I was just trying to rant. Just trying to get it all out. They are so innocent. I can't applaud you enough for taking in those babies and giving them a better life. Who? Oh, Tammy Lou. I was going to say, they came right from me. They came out of me. Sinner, how's that artwork selling? I need a new chair because someone broke mine. They broke my chair. And Lazy Boy says that that it's a lifetime warranty. I don't even remember where the fuck I bought it. I think I bought it at Office Depot. But they want a receipt. I don't know where a receipt is. Because we are besties according to some peeps, and I said we aren't anymore. Oh, really? We're not besties anymore? I am green under... Oh, aren't you... you're Dolly's brother, right? Dolly's sister. Or is that Jeanette? Jeannie or Jeanette? How come we don't have Purple Gang? Turtle's got Turtle Gang. We need to be Purple Gang. So I thought you were ignoring. I wasn't ignoring you. See, that's a problem. When you read chat all the time, people assume that you're always looking at it. A lot of times, if I'm on a rant, I'll look away from chat or I'll close chat so I don't look at it and forget what I'm going to say. Because the lives that I've watched that I hear myself, I'm like, oh my God, I sound horrible. Horrible. So I get you. Totally get you. There's me snorting it up. So, all right, I'm going to get off. I have a cake to make. I have to make Sage's boyfriend's mom one of my famous regatta Italian cheesecake. Yum, yum. Yes. The wrong one, not that new channel, the wrong one, which I got blamed for too, but no, not me. Sorry. I actually thought that it was someone else, but I guess it wasn't. But I don't know if it is. But weak people don't like when you call them the fuck out and they strike. Fucking ridiculous. Oh, Debbie, my cheesecake is awesome. Didn't QB try to throw it? She sure did. Regatta cheesecake. Oh my. I have a secret ingredient though. But yeah, I have to do that. I got to get Phoenix's room ready. And I have to practice on my camera. Practice makes perfect. But yeah, like I said, my ex-husband's giving me all this advice about lighting. I was like, I got lights. I was like, I think I'm just not meant to be a fucking photographer. But I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I'm trying to become a grade A photographer for pictures on the website, for product pictures, and I suck. And I can admit I suck. I've watched 1,000 YouTube videos. I still can't get it right. I have tried everything, every setting they tell you to do, and I can't get it. I have a great camera. I bought an extra flash, an extra lens. I should be able to wing this. Nope. So then I realized I think I want a $5,000 camera picture on my $600 camera picture. And that's not going to happen. So then I was told you do that in Photoshop. Well, I don't know Photoshop, but I do know Lightbox. So I've been using that, playing around, and it's getting there. It's getting there. So yeah, so I'll be practicing that after I make my cheesecake. And I will see you beautiful people later. Have a wonderful night. Thank you guys so much for the just do weird. I can't do that for product pictures for the website. Canon for Dummies. Chrissy, I've done all of it and I still can't get it right. But that's why my ex-husband said that it's probably the lighting. He's like, you think you may have good lighting? It's probably not. Real. And then I tried outside today with a different light. I just think my settings are wrong. And there's no camera place around here at all, which sucks. But I will see you beautiful people later. Have a wonderful night. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day, night, wherever time zone you're in. But I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll probably go live on my way to Nashville, maybe. But yeah, Phoenix will be home tomorrow. So I got to cook for him because I know he's dying for a home cooked meal. But I'll be on at some point tomorrow night. All right. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Peace. And thank you guys for Cash Apps, PayPal, Super Chats, memberships, everything in between. Have a good night.